wrap this up with two questions that I feel like we've heard a lot on social media and we haven't been able to talk about. Well, one, if the podcast is coming out, I know, right? And so already, thank goodness, that one goes away. The podcast is here.
Yes, here's the podcast.
But the other one is about Total Bellas and if we're ever returning to the ring. I feel like those are two that I constantly see, and then people get little snippets from interviews or whatever, and they just need to hear it from the horse's mouth right here, right?
I agree. So you start. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, so Total Bellas, having Mateo, and I remember when we were finishing up the last season, it was very hard on Artem and I, and we barely filmed with him, right? It was the birth and then like a day when we came home, a day or two. And Artem and I had a very hard time with cameras around him. And then we saw how Birdie hated. Birdie didn't want anyone to ever film her. She never wanted a camera. And so when we wrapped up that season, and we came to Napa and we fell in love with our life in Napa, we were just like, gosh, we really want to keep this private. And I have to say, it's so hard having camera crews in your house. It's just difficult. It's tough. And Bree and I both talked. The Danielsons I knew immediately were 100% out. I knew we lost Brian and Bird from like last season, day one. I was like, okay, they're never coming back. And I started to talk to Bree and pick her brain about like, I don't want Mateo growing up on reality TV. I don't want him to have cameras in his face. I don't even know if I want people to be involved so much in our world here in Napa. Like maybe this is what we keep private, but like when we have a tasting room, bring them in, let's have fun, let's party. But when it comes to personal life, and it's also hard to put your personal life out there. Artem and I feel like have had such a roller coaster and have dealt with so much. And I felt like after my past relationship, I need to protect this one.
Yeah. But I also think you and I are great at putting our lives out there, but I think we got protective of our family.
That's what it is.
They didn't sign up for it.
You and I could film 24/7. I love it. Reality TV doesn't bug me and people judging me doesn't bug me. You're right. It's when it comes to my family, my son.
So for me, we went to the headquarters in Connecticut for WWE and we were going over like all things Bellas. And so when they were talking about Total Bellas moving to a digital platform or going to a different network, I remember sitting there and I'm like, okay, amazing, but that's starting a whole new journey. And I go, here we did just move to Napa. I just remember that feeling when I left Connecticut. I was like, this is my chance to kind of be done with that because I love our life in Napa, but I want it more private. I don't know. There was something inside me that kept feeling like this isn't right. And like, we always commit 110% to something.
Totally.
So I was like, if we start this new chapter with someone else, a new network or new digital platform, I'm going to have to give them everything, which means my family, all of it. I go, I don't know if I'm ready. I think I'm done with that.
I know. Well, and I have been feeling that for a while. And that's why you guys, you have to listen and see the signs of the universe or what your angels do. It's like they put these things out there and you just have to see the signs. And that was immediately when Bree and I were like, this is done. This chapter is done for us and our family. Like whatever you and I do, move on. But so I wanted to clear the air on that because there's been I've seen a lot of social media talk about that.
Right. And it doesn't mean that we're done with television. We actually have some really fun projects on the table. So you're definitely going to get the Bellas.
The Bellas you'll get.
You're just, the kids will stick to like here and there on our YouTube channel. You'll get to see them.